Alright, time for some more static pack gameplay, and this time we're actually skipping all the way to turn 11 in Star Pack. And the reason for this is that this is the longest game I think I've ever had in Star Pack. Now this was recorded back in December, I think it was, and it's been waiting to be uploaded probably because it's so long. And I think the original recording is, well over 20 minutes long. So I've cut out almost the entire early game. Well, I guess we have cut out the whole early game, but you can basically tell what's happening. As per usual, I was setting up for Starfish. And I think we are going to get a Starfish sooner or later. But actually what I really wanted was to get Love Potion from Dumbo Octopus. And you can see that we already have the Love Potion here, and it's on the Platypus. And then I used Cardinal to duplicate the Love Potion, I think. Or maybe I actually just rolled another one. I can't remember exactly what happened, but you can see in the right-hand corner we've got a Love Potion that is 1 gold. And I'm just waiting to find something to use that on. Now I think what's going to happen here is I'm going to keep greeding, so I'm rolling down. There's another Cardinal. And I want to get another Love Potion. So I think I'm just going to bring the Cardinal in order to get another Love Potion from the Platypus. And the Badger can just sit there in the back of the team for now. And then I find Clownfish. So what I wanted to go for in this game was having a level up team involving Love Potion. So everyone's seen these in custom packs where you have Love Potion on any range of different units, and then you have Flying Fish and any of the level up pets like Team Spirit or Clownfish. I mean, we knew we were going to lose this next battle, so it's not really surprising. We're launching a bunch of pets off screen with the Love Potion, but now we've got 2 copies. So what I can do is take the Clownfish. Well, eventually I will. First I'm going to do this Starfish cell. I don't know if I have any elk buffs on the Platypus there, maybe a little bit. I didn't see the gold amount there. Obviously this is over 4 months old at this point, so it's not surprising I'm not going to remember everything. But probably I should sell the frog first and then transfer the stats from the Dumbo onto the Badger. Looks like I'm thinking about it for a long time. Probably because at this point I would imagine I had played a huge number of games and I was struggling to actually get the setup going where I did get Love Potion and then also got a good Starfish setup, because I felt like both were required. As you can see here, we also needed something decent from the Orca. I wanted to specifically have a unit from outside the pack. But we sell the Dumbo Octopus now. And because I've got 2 Love Potions frozen, I'm actually intending to play a 3 squad. Because it's not actually going to work if we don't have a 3 squad, because 2 Love Potions are going to summon at start of battle. So I get the alpaca in the shop, and now we can put Love Potion on the units that we actually care about, and then get rid of the Starfish. So totally fair buffs from Starfish here on turn 13. Although obviously we can definitely lose in the next couple of turns, because this team is going to be a bit of a mess. We're going to put Love Potion on the Badger, and then Love Potion probably on the Clownfish, I guess. Okay, maybe I'm going to put it on the Alpaca. I'm not sure if it would have benefited me one way or the other there. If you want to do the calculations and let me know in the comments what you think. I guess the double Alpaca gives more experience to the other Badger. But maybe it's just better to have 2 Clownfish and get more buffs. I'm not sure. I guess the attack order does come into play here, because the Alpaca gives the experience to the Badger because the Badger summons first, but then the second Alpaca doesn't get to do anything. So maybe that was a mistake. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly if I ended up correcting this or not. Clearly this game is going to go a very long time, so maybe we'll see some changes in terms of the way the team is lining up. I guess in theory I could save up a level 3 frog and swap them that way, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. Maybe I'm just going to end up putting popcorn or something on the clownfish. I don't know. I guess we'll have to discover what happens together. Here's MC Ebad, my nemesis in Golden Pack. Although we might be okay here. Probably going to end up being a tie. Yeah, the Durian reduces the stats on the Badger, but the Cobra is only level 1, so it's not going to get knocked out. Actually, we lose. That is painful. I guess level 1 Badger, that's the problem. Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm putting the chocolate on the alpaca here. I guess level 2 Badger... yeah, level 2 Badger would have saved us in the last round. But we do have to spend 2 chocolates on it because we can't just find another Badger in the shop. Luckily though, now that we're on turn 15 with only 4 trophies, most of these opposing teams are just going to be absolutely awful. And this one, great name, Mediocrity Managed. We're going to comfortably win with the muskox in the back. So the comeback is on, but it's still going to take a long time to get there. So it looks like I'm going to go for the clownfish level first. Yeah, there's going to be plenty of time to level up the Badger. And maybe I was also trying to... okay, now we're getting the double level up because the alpaca levels up its own copy. So yeah, probably... So I don't know. Doing these kind of calculations off the top of my head is just is not my forte. So there's definitely a good chance that it should be clownfish with the love potion instead of alpaca. Also notice, I think that was Jules was the last opponent, so that was nice to see. And I think I'm going to take the level now. I could wait until the clownfish goes to level 3, but... okay, there's the clownfish. Yeah, I could have hung on to it, but we're on 1 heart. We can't really be playing for the absolute best case scenario anymore. We just got to take what we can get. Luckily here, the Badger at the back survives the blast from the sea serpent. And the Kitsune is only level 1, so the summons are going to be very easy to get through. Although the level 2 Badger might actually... Okay, we barely avoid knocking out our own Badger there. Now that the alpaca has the 3 triggers, maybe here I should be putting mushroom on the clownfish. But I guess probably the baguette is worth more anyway. I do tend to have a habit of doing that, you know, trying to go for more synergy than is absolutely necessary. And I think because at this point I'd played so many games and I just wasn't finding Love Potion that I was really quite scared that I was going to waste this opportunity. Now this is a more sensible looking Pack 3 team with the level 3 Anteater. And I think, yeah, you can tell already it's going to be another tie. The classic Pepper in the back on a summon unit, and it's a draw. So prior to this point, I'm not sure what my actual record was in Star Pack. I think it was maybe something like turn 20 or turn 21. But I think even that was after the revamp. I think prior to the revamp, I'm not sure I'd ever gone past turn 20. But now we're at turn 19, we're only on 6 trophies, so if we want to win, we're going to go way past turn 20. And here's another team with Pepper in the back, this time on a Mantis. Of course, these teams are also drawing loads of times, so it's not surprising that they have, draw-friendly lineups. But we end up winning here because the Badger's able to knock out the second Badger is able to knock out the Mantis. I'm not sure what specifically I'm looking for there with the Starfruit, because I'm at this point I'm committed to the double love potion, so the only perk I could be buying would be for the clownfish. And I think the baguette has been doing good stuff so far. And now we're getting to the point where the game is running out of teams to actually give us, because I find that this happens in Puppy Pack as well, where once you get to the really late turns, there just aren't any puppy teams left to play against. And so you start playing against an endless barrage of blowfish hedgehog teams. And unsurprisingly there we tied. I think here I probably should freeze the blobfish. Yeah, freeze blobfish, freeze pillbug. And then we can pill that next turn. We do waste an alpaca, 2 alpaca triggers to do that though. So maybe I'm going to change my mind. I don't remember. Wow, the clownfish gets annihilated there by the combination of hawk and I think it was swordfish. The stonefish, yeah, okay, it's going to be another draw. So turn 22 now. So definitely I think hitting the point where we're at my record. Now you can see me realizing that actually, yeah, that was a mistake. I can't use another trigger of the alpaca, otherwise we won't get the level ups on the love potion units in the battle. So we'll have to wait till next turn. And actually this is the exact same team. The mantis at the back with the level 3 woodpecker at the front. Not so much value this time because we're only removing strawberry there. But we are able to knock out the reindeer and it's going to be another tie. It would be interesting to know how far these teams that I'm going against actually went. You know, did they go all the way to turn 30? I don't know what the furthest reach possible is in Star Pack. Obviously we know in Turtle you can definitely get to turn 30, but Star Pack just, although it did have a lot of draw potential with peppers, you really just wouldn't normally get that far. Now here is a ghost team, so I'm not sure I'd ever faced the ghost in Star Pack, and if I had it was probably around about the time of an update launching, so there just weren't any opponents in there. So that's a free victory, and I think at this point I'm thinking now we're guaranteed to win because we're just going to get ghosts. You know, if I get a ghost on turn 23, yeah, we get another one on turn 24. So doesn't that mean that there must be 0 teams left in the pool? And we're just going to coast to victory with the 50-50 badger in the back. Well, the game has other ideas because there are other teams in the pool, and for some reason it's just not matching me with them on turns 23 and 24, because we're about to face one now on turn 25, and it's another blowfish team with the double hedgehog. And we do remove a mushroom. The badger gets sniped, and I think, yeah, we just don't have the stats here. We're not going to be able to knock out either the garlic saves them from being knocked out, and we end up losing with the 3-squad double love potion in Star Pack. Now after that failure, I decided to go back for more and try and do this again. And so I decided to switch things up. Obviously it's much harder to replicate getting Badger or some other unit from Orca. So instead I decided let's just do something a bit more sensible, and we'll take Stork. And this time, yeah, you can see I'm making the same decision, like which one do I go for, clownfish or alpaca? And I guess it's slightly different here because in the previous game, alpaca might not have been the best choice because we didn't have any other summons besides the love potion units. But now we've got this stork. So the alpaca that gets summoned from the love potion will actually get to activate and could potentially level something useful up. So here you can see what happens, and yeah, then the second alpaca goes and we get even more stats from the clownfish. So this way around it definitely makes a lot more sense to have the alpaca with the love potion, but maybe it didn't in the first game, I'm not sure. Watching this now kind of makes me want to go and try this again, because Star Pack hasn't really changed at all, I don't think, in the last few months. So in theory we should be able to still make this happen. So here I should really be leveling up the clownfish first, because we only get so many level ups on the I guess actually leveling up the stork doesn't work at all, because if we do that then the unit that gets summoned will be level 3 and we won't get any level up activations at all. So the entire point is to try and get the level ups. We'll obviously get the level ups on the star potion, on the love potion units, but not on the unit that comes out of the second stork. So you can see here we get the clownfish buffs, and that wouldn't have happened if I'd gone to level 3 stork. Maybe it doesn't really matter that much, I'm not sure. But now we can get level 3 alpaca with the alpaca change that made it possible to level other alpacas. And now you can see I get tempted with the chocolate again. Am I actually going to take it? Yeah, I think I should just think about this for a second. Maybe I'm going to do it regardless. Okay. Sometimes the instinct to level stuff up is just too strong. So hopefully we get some good hits from the stork here. We're still, of course, going to get a level up on the units that get summoned by the other stork. So maybe it's not that big a mistake. Kind of a low-statted level 2 reindeer here. And it looks like we're just going to scrape a win. But you can see here the difference with this run and the other run is that we are so much closer to 10 wins, and it's only turn 14. So we don't have to go way into the late game and face those horrendous blowfish hedgehog teams, which are no doubt going to destroy us since we don't really have any protective equipment. Thinking about pepper on the clownfish here, maybe we're not going to take it. I'm not sure if I was looking to try and find something to replace clownfish. I mean, I can't really think of anything that would be better in this scenario. Is there anything we could get from Orca? I don't think so, because Orca only gives you faint units. I guess blobfish? You could potentially level up the other alpaca with blobfish, could you? I don't know. But either way, we end up making it to turn 15, 9 wins. We just need one more win, a couple of good spawns from the stork, and we're home and dry. We do have 2 hearts as well. And I end up taking the celery just to give the clownfish a bit more health. And then, unfortunately, we end up matching with a Pack 2 team with 50-50 Octo at the front. And so that is going to be all she wrote on this particular round. Never had a chance here whatsoever. I guess when you're playing these love potion teams, it does show you how important the equipment is on all 5 units. You know, if you have love potion, that means you're giving up equipment on 2 units, and not just 1. So yeah, a couple of baguettes might have helped us slightly in the previous round, but I think we were still going to lose no matter what. And then a much more traditional looking Star Pack team with Leech Triceratops. Every unit is absolutely colossal. And there you can see that we don't get the level up buffs from the clownfish. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. But there's another 3 squad love potion loss in Star Pack.